I'm the Helpful Housewife, and for my first video, I wanted to do a comparison of a fake Chanel, Bleu De Chanel versus a authentic one. One of them was purchased from eBay, and I have proven it to be a counterfeit item. And the other one we purchased at Sephora here at the local mall. And the fake is actually a really good fake. So I wanted to just go over some differences so that nobody else out there makes the same mistake. I generally would not ever buy any cologne or perfume off eBay because I think everyone that I've ever gotten has been counterfeit, and they're really actually good counterfeits. So here we go. This one right here is the counterfeit, and this is the real one. So these look very similar. Like, just looking at them, you can't tell. The only differences, in fact, that I found with these boxes is that the real one, for some reason, it does not show fingerprints. Like, I can touch it like this, and there's no fingerprints at all. I know you probably can't see, but I guess the material that they use for the cardboard in the box is fingerprint resistant, whereas the counterfeit one does show fingerprints. And you can probably kind of see them. The other difference that I noticed immediately was the emblem that says Bleu De Chanel on the real one. It comes slightly higher off of the box. Like the letters sort of pop out, and you can feel them with your hand. The counterfeit one, it comes out just a little bit, so not very much. And then the only other difference, so that's a total of 3 differences only. The bottom of the boxes, let me see if you guys can see these. The counterfeit one right here has like a number underneath of the barcode that's been sort of etched into the box, whereas the real one does not have that. They both otherwise look very similar though. Okay, and just for reference, the tops are pretty much identical. I have not measured the boxes. I'm sure that there probably is some slight measurement differences. So the counterfeit has the cardboard inside like the real one, and this is the bottle of the counterfeit, and then this is the real one, same cardboard on the top that opens up to reveal the bottle inside, and this is the authentic one. So just real quick, very similar, very, very similar. The thing that first alerted me to the likelihood that the one we purchased was a counterfeit was the lid, because I had heard that the lid was supposed to be a magnet. It had a magnet in it, and the counterfeit one that I purchased does not. However, I have heard of people buying counterfeit Bleu De Chanel that actually did have the magnetized lid. It just was not, it wasn't maybe as strong as the real one. I'm going to show you the tops of these. They are pretty similar. The lid, they didn't, the counterfeit one did not do as good. This is the counterfeit one right here. Probably can't see it, but there is a little tiny chip of the white line missing around the emblem, and you can kind of see that it's thicker in the counterfeit. It's kind of slightly thicker. On the inside, the counterfeit hole is smaller because it has like these seams with grooves that hold it onto the bottle, whereas the real lid has a bigger opening, and it has a magnet. The lid is magnetized. They do both have the emblem on the inside, and you can't see this. I apologize, but the counterfeit one, the emblem, the C's are just sort of etched into the black plastic, whereas on the counterfeit, or on the real one, they pop out. So that was another difference. Let me show you how this looks whenever you put it on the bottle. You have to just press it on like this. and then you had to pull it kind of hard to get it off. So, whereas with the real Bleu De Chanel, it just goes right on. See, I just kind of like let it go, and it's a magnet. And the nature of the magnet in the lid means that every time you put it on, the emblem is going to be straight like this. So if I try to turn it and put it on, it's going to automatically go back to that straight characteristic. Whereas this one does not. I can turn it any way I want, and it does not stay straight on the bottle. Other characteristics of the bottle. The front emblems. It's probably kind of hard to tell, but on the counterfeit, which is right here, the day part has sort of an underlined. It's underlined, and then with the real Bleu De Chanel, that part is not underlined. And it has some weird underlining on the Chanel part on this too. I'm going to hold it real still, and hopefully you guys can see that. The bottles are pretty much the same shape. The authentic bottle is slightly darker and harder to see through, whereas this one, you can probably see my hand through there. It's pretty easy to see through, and the bottom, you can kind of see where the bottom is, and it's not straight inside the bottle, the bottom. Whereas with the authentic bottle, it is perfectly straight. The same thing, let's see, this bottle sort of also had, it has like a few little scratches on the surface of the bottle, even though we had just opened it, so that kind of alerted me also. The bottom is probably the biggest difference in these two particular products. You can see the counterfeit product. The label it's easier to see, I guess. It doesn't lay flat on the bottle like in the authentic item, and it's just there's some bubbles underneath of it. As far as the contents of what the bottom says, they say all the same except for where it says up at the top, Eau de Toilette. I know I said that probably wrong. Underneath the authentic one, I'm going to try to put that up so you guys can see it. It says made in the USA underneath, whereas the fake item, the bottom, it says made in France. So that was probably that, plus the cap not being magnetized was the final, blow sort of that let us know that we in fact had a counterfeit product. This product was for my husband, obviously, and he really had no idea that people on eBay sold counterfeit perfumes and colognes, and I had actually bought some a couple years ago that I found out was not real. So I told him, my concerns, and he said, well, let's go get a real bottle of it to do the comparison. So we did. We got the real bottle from Sephora, and I would always recommend getting high quality perfumes and colognes from an authorized dealer, not off the internet, because I haven't found anybody yet that is not fake online. If you do happen to purchase a bottle of counterfeit product on eBay and you want your money back, we had good luck. My poor husband actually bought 3 different colognes on the same day from 3 different sellers, and they were all counterfeit. One was this Bleu De Chanel, and one was Clinique Happy, and I can't remember what the other one was, but we just emailed the seller and told them that we knew that we had a counterfeit product and we wanted our money back, or we were going to go to eBay, and PayPal and file a claim. And 2 of the sellers immediately refunded his money like in the same day. And then the second person, the third person actually, the one where we got this one from, actually gave us the hardest time. We actually had to open a file or a complaint with eBay before he did refund us in full. He wanted my husband to send back the product, and we didn't want to have to pay for shipping on a counterfeit product because he paid about $61 for it, and who's going to pay $61 for a counterfeit product? Why would you want to pay that much? So I've come to the conclusion that these sellers on eBay, they sell a lot of product, and the majority of people probably think they have an authentic item and never make a complaint. So they more than, you know, get their money back for the price that it cost them to buy these counterfeit items. So then the few people that come through that do realize they have a counterfeit and make a complaint, they usually are going to refund you immediately. That's it for this. I hope that I at least, if I help one person not buy this counterfeit item off of eBay or anywhere else, flea markets are really big for counterfeit cologne and perfume as well, then I'll be happy. I hope everybody has a great day and be well. Thank you.